Does one's forehead become so beefy? My last comic book video did very well, and so I figured, hey, let's make another one of those. So I have two other comic book series that are not the Mario Belvatron series. Um, these two, these two right here are actually the Last of Us series, and this one is the Dark War Chronicles, which is not at all related to Star Wars. I don't know what you're talking about. There were supposed to be three Last of Us books, but I don't know what happened to the third one. I know what the name of it was. It was a Broken Family or something like that. But these are the only two I could find, and yeah. In case if you didn't know, The Last of Us actually happens to be like my favorite game of all time. So of course, since it's my favorite game of all time, of course I'm gonna make something for it. And it just so happened to be some comic books. And this is the first one, and it's called Silenced by the Bullet. And this one, I don't know what to really say about this one. Now, I am not a huge fan of how this book starts out. And if you want to know why, let me just read it. Let me just read it off to you. I was a freshman when I wrote this, by the way. It all happened so fast. Nobody was prepared. The infection, it spread so quickly. My name is Joel. Anyways, so moving on after that, Joel goes on to monologue and talk to himself or the reader that shit's pretty bad. Like stuff is really bad. Like people are dying. People are getting killed all over the place, and killing things is how him and Ellie survived. Also, Ellie will have a small chance of looking like this from time to time. So this was the book where I just decided to not care and just go all out for like everything. Like there were F-bombs galore, there was violence. Seriously, this book it's really violent. It's violent as in terms of like a story, I'd say the first one is better than the second one. I would say the third one, but the third one isn't done, nor can I find it, so therefore that one doesn't count. So therefore I say the first one's easily probably the best one when it comes to story, because this one at least makes an attempt to stay true to the Last of Us lore. Like they're in a they're in this abandoned city with soldiers, and they they're being attacked by these clickers and all that, and it's just like it makes an attempt, unlike the second one, which just goes completely all out. So after Joel and Ellie make it out of the city, they go to Joel's brother's house. His name's Tommy, and then all of a sudden, this guy who's not Negan, he's not Negan at all. His name is Lance. That Lance shows up, and he's just a wisecracking guy with a weapon that makes him threatening, and he's got a leather jacket, and he owns a sink, he owns a some sort of community. Yeah, he's definitely not Negan. No, no, he's definitely his own character for sure. I mean, have you seen his mutton chops? His mutton chops, they make him pretty darn sexy. So at the end of this book, Ellie gets captured by Lance and is held prisoner, which leads up to the second book, which is not as good as the first. Then again, I don't really think the first one was all that great either, but it was better than the second one. This book, or volume in this case, is volume 2, The Cold Winter. And this one, I hyped up so much. I don't know why, but I hyped it up on Facebook. I made a post about it on Facebook like 3 years ago. Dang, that was 3 years ago. Oh my god. Wow, time flies. And this one, I decided to give Ellie a love interest, which is this guy's name is Seth. He does not exist. I made this character up completely just for this. I don't know why. I don't know why I decided to have her love interest be a guy because, well, I mean, she's she's kind of gay. Like your mom. Big Chungus, lol. Anyways, so we get to the big part that was supposed to be super hyped up about this book, and that was Joel and Tommy meet up with another Naughty Dog character in Nathan Drake. That's right. We went from telling a story about The Last of Us to having a crossover with all the Naughty Dog characters. Yeah, and you know what's funny about this? He goes from Nathan Drake. He goes from beating the absolute shit out of both Joel and Tommy in one panel, and then proceeds to team up with them immediately right after he gets done with them. Also, Joel's daughter Sarah comes back to life. I'm sick of your shit.